Hi, crafty friends. Hi, it's Emily. Got to see a bunch of everyone over the weekend at the open house. Always fun. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. This evening, we're going to be using the Merry Little Christmas. Did I say Little Merry Christmas before? I don't know. Whatever. This is the pack I'm using. This was, I want to say this may have been like 2019. Yeah, this is oldie. It has all the cute little gnomies on it. So, Noreen Smith is retiring. It's very sad, from home office, and home office has asked us to create a sketch, with, with her first original virtual crop sketch, which of course is this. So, scratch that. Let's do the 2-inch frame this time. I'm going to have to go and get that. All right, so we're going to start here. I'm sorry. I was creating another sketch before I started doing this. All right, so once again, let's make sure your kickstand's out. Let's go to the 10-inch here, lining up a 10 and 2. We're driving a car. So the 2 to 10. I'm going to have to go and grab another. This dark green here. 2 to 10. And why do we do that? And it's really just so we have, we're making our albums less heavy. We're conserving paper. All right. Once again, always lining up at that 10. And we're driving the car. 2 to 10. And we're going to rotate again. Ta-da. Okay. So we have that. And you're going to have to give me 1 second here while I go grab another piece of brown card. Yeah, I don't have any of the dark green. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. All right, good things. Let's get that back together here. All right, once again, we're going to do that over. So we need to have 2 base papers here. Line the paper up at 10 and going down 2 to 10 inches. And in case you haven't watched this before, there is this little line right here, and that is where the blade is going to pierce the paper. So that's why it's important to make sure that line is lining up with the ruler on your trimmer. So 10 to 2, driving the car, and then rotate that around. And we also go 10 to 2, all the same. 2 to 10. Let's go a little further down here. And then, okay. This needs a little bit of a haircut. Good. All right. And we'll save these for mats later. All right, then the next step is going to be making these base papers here. And we're going to use the cute little presents. I didn't even notice that in the back. All right, so either way, all right, so we're going to be cutting off 1 inch to making it 11 by 11. This guy, and this doesn't matter. This is 11. All right, and we are going to save these. We can use those, and then 11 by 11. Nice. All right, and this piece we're not going to save. All right, so here was that, and let's put this back down. All right, and we'll get this down straight. And I'm going to recommend when you're going to place that paper is actually to put your tape on the frame and not on the top piece. And the reason is because you're going to want to make sure that you don't accidentally put tape in the center of that hole there. And then you can't get it all, you know, then there's like sticky while you're, unless you're putting it right into your album, I guess. Maybe you're ahead of schedule, like me. Yeah, so I've been doing, for the month of December, I figure I'll do a page, you know, so many different Christmas collections CM has made over the years. And I am going to make Christmas pages all month long. That. Good. And once again, here we go. All right, and now we need a 4x, we're going to be cutting 4-inch strips, and I want to do Merry Christmas. I think that will look nice there, because the other ones, I don't think I have any other paper that will look good. I'm trying to be, you know, this is the last of my things here. Let's see if that will work. All right. A little bit more. Yeah, I think I can get it. I think this is 8 inches. We'll double check. Yes, we're 8 inches. Okay, good. And it is a 4-inch. Okay, and then I need another 4-inch. All right, and this is just trash. All right, and all right, see how this is kind of coming together here? And then I think we might add this down there. Kind of dry fitting things here. You want to pull this up, probably starting at the 8.5, so that it is even once you add in the other. Yeah, perfect. All right, so you're making this at the 8.5. All right. And this is that strip that we have from the opposite side. We're going to be using the other side of the strip. Okay. Beautiful. And we'll do the top up here. Continue that on. Good. And we're using that strip. Oops, let's not do that, Emily. Oopsie daisies. Balderdash. Fudge that up. All right, well, I'll have to find that. Took everything off my desk. Very proud of me. But now I've got to, okay. All right, so we're doing good here. I think that I have that little, yeah, that little, excuse me guys, you're gonna see my head. All right, and I'm just gonna fix my boo-boo here. These picker-up squares are a lifesaver. All right, so looking good. And then we're gonna need the long strip in here, and I am gonna use this because I think I'm out of things I can use. I think I already used my trees. Yeah, okay, so that's that. No worries. All right, so good thing. So I'm kind of down to the last. All right, so this is a 4.5 by 12-inch strip. 4.5. Okay. And that should be going like right here. We're going at the 1, lining up at 1 inches on the bottom and the 5.5, and then at the 11 at the top, and then 6.5 up top. So looking good so far. And then we are going to be needing to use the border punch. Okay, good. So before I start the border punch, I want to use a sticker and get this down. Where did I put those stickers? Ta-da. Okay. And I'm going to make sure whoops. And this is why you're going to need this new little ruler, and that is to help with you lining up your special pieces here, okay? That's just going to help make sure that these are all lined up perfectly. I always struggle with my long pieces here, but it kind of helps you keep straight. Perfect. Looking good, right? And then we need the other guy right here. And this is going to be at the 1 inch. Bring this guy, slide this over here. I do have some of these still in stock, the matte pack, or excuse me, the matte bundle, and also the new curvy wave border tools for your mat. I guess it's going to go over that. There it is. Okay. And we're going to do that right here so it lines up nice and even. Just helps kind of give you a little bit definition there. All right. Good. All right. And I need to make my, take that off. The snowflakes, which I guess I should have put on the bottom, but that's all right. Do that. I'm going to use a little bit of some white shimmer. This is the Dancing Snowflakes. Now, I have not punched it yet, so I do want to practice just once, so in case there's any oil that comes off. Okay. Just a little practice. Yeah. All right. Good. Trash that. All right. And we're going to have to do this twice. And we'll walk that down. Good. Keep walking it down. Yeah, so the home office asked us to make this sketch as advisors, as a thank you, kind of a tribute to Noreen for all the services she's provided for the scrapbooking community. So I figure why might as well do this one as a live, and I'd love her share a few of everyone. She's affected everyone's, life positively with all of her different talents. National Scrapbooking Day, and it was cute with Allison saying that she taught her how to scrapbook. That's sweet. It's kind of funny today. I had Annie and Elena helping me in the workshop today. We were cutting kits, and Annie wanted to know where I learned scrapbooking from. Did I learn it from my mom? I said, no, definitely not from my mom. But anyhow, all right, so just do a little bit of glue down here. Drive Megan crazy that I'm using my glue pen instead of my repositionable. Look at that. Turn that sucker over here. Just put that on the halfway point. Yeah, probably should have done that other side. Bummer. Can I lift it up? I don't know. What am I gonna do? Let's see how it punches out, and then I'll make a decision on how I want to proceed. I think it's supposed to go under of it, but I got a little excited. All right. So for those who have never used a Creative Memories punch before, I should explain that to you. There's these little hashtags in the front right here. Do you see that? Backwards. These little lines here. That helps kind of guide you on where it needs to punch out. And then there's these images on either side of the wings. And you want to marry that image up with the pre-punched portion and kind of walk it down. I recommend, especially with something so intricate as this one, to kind of shake it out, make sure all the little pieces are out. This is a really cute snowflake. I'm curious to see what it looks like with the previous snowflake frame punch. That would be nice. Kind of put those two together. That would be good. All right. And I'm gonna chuck my scraps here. All right. Throw that away. And all right, so the question is, how bad did I fudge this up, right? Let's see. Oh, you know what? I kind of like it this way. It's perfectly fine. All right, so once again, I'm going to use my glue pen and drive Megan crazy. Yes, you probably could be doing a repositionable, but my repo is not on my table right now, so we're going to use the glue pen. And she's allowed to make fun of me, then I'm allowed to make fun of her, I guess, right? Yeah, so we had the open house this weekend. It was great seeing everyone. I do have kind of an exciting announcement that I am going to be hosting a Flamingo 2. Long story short, we sold out with the Flamingo retreat, and actually sold out pretty much for most of the other ones that I found it necessary before I even really advertised, giving everyone equal opportunity chance to attend. So I talked to the sales manager, and she is more than willing to have us come back the 2 weekends in a row. And it's going to be the same theme. We're going to do Flamingo 2 weekends in a row. So that's super fun. All right, so great. So we have this. Now it's time to put the the border puncher that mats. Okay, we got to make some mats. And I say we use what we got, right? Maybe we did red. Should I do the red? I don't know if I love that, but I think I'm going to do it anyways. All right, so we're making 2 mats, and they're 4x6s. So make a 4-inch strip, and then you cut them in half at 6 inches, and you get 2 mats, right? And I just want to double check I have this right. Right, and yeah, so right here and right here is hers. And then I already made the mats over here. So this is a 4x6 inch. And this is also a 4x6 photo. Okay. And I'm just going to dry fitting it. And then we have our actual photo is going to be like this. Photo is going to be like this, and then we have these little guys in here also, little photos. Okay, and we need to make some small little strips here. Let's see, what do I got? I guess we'll use this. Why not, right? All right, so the little ribbon pieces are 2 inches. One is 3 inches. Do 2 inches first here. Make sure the trees. Make sure you're doing this diagonal. Make sure you're focusing on the direction here. All right. So the first one is 3 inches in length. Okay. And then the next one is going to be 3 3/4. Okay. And this is the ribbon edge punch. Good. And we're just going to load this in here. Make sure it's all the way at the back. Good. And then this guy, same thing. Making sure this is always hit the back. Nice. And that is trash. A pretty simple sketch, right, to put together, not too difficult. Make sure these are even though. Move this over here. Good. All right, and we need this guy. This is a photo. This is a 3.5 by 5.5 inch photo. Okay. Nice. And that here. Now, I feel like on the sketch, it goes pretty close to the edge. I'm not really a fan of that, so I didn't do it, but you know, each their own, right? Sorry, I just knocked that totally out of the way. And got this. Yeah. Okay. And then, now these are just photos. I have to tell you, if I was doing this again, I probably would, you know, I would probably add another border here, but we're doing exactly the way Noreen did it. So we want to make it the same. You also don't have to remember, this is just a photo. Okay. And then here, right? Yeah, you don't even really see the snowflake, so I guess it doesn't matter. All right. And this guy. And that's your photo. Photo. And good. Put that guy here. And then we got these guys up top. And we need to do the opposite paper here. The little tree. And then the journal box down here is 4 inches by, this is not a really good journal box. Maybe we should just do a little red. I don't know. I do love this paper pack. The problem is it is very tonally dark. So, yeah, it's supposed to be a 4 by 2. So let's do it 4 1/4 by 2 1/4. 4 1/4 by 2 1/4. All right. And then we're going to put that down here, and then I know what I'm going to use. Do I have them like right here? Right? A little journal box. Beautiful. Oh, do I have those little values? Here they are. And this is kind of a cool thing. I don't know if everyone's seen these, but they're called Write On stickers. They're not very expensive. They're like $4 for them. And they're just like these stickers to make anything a journal box. So let me just kind of rip this off here. Rip them off. And then I think they're stickers. Yeah, right? Now, we want to make sure that we do this right. So we said 4 by, here, let's do it this way. All right. And you literally just pull them apart, you know? They're just like little stickers. And I want to put an embellishment on that side. So I'm going to, just to make it kind of even, I'm going to go closer to the right side, knowing that there's going to be an embellishment going on up there. I would give it a little bit of separation. I don't know why you would not need them. Now, if you know me, I'm not really the biggest journaler, but at Christmas time, I regularly make the kids, you know, their little wish list, and regularly make them, I put it right in their scrapbook, so this is where they're going to write it. We went out today, bought Alex his big Christmas present. Oh my goodness, bicycles. I didn't realize how expensive they were going to be. He wanted some fancy trick bike, so. All right, and then where are the pretty stickers? So the stickers were really the best part about this. They're so cute. Home for the holidays. See, we can just like do that little guy right there. And I might put him right here. Okay, and then what else do we need? I think there was some jazz going on up here. Do want to pop this guy up a little bit. Put this guy down there. And that way I can sneak a picture right there, right? That goes thrown away. And what do you think? Can I do this? Is that like, I have this feeling this might work out nice. Can you see it? I'm not sure if I love it. Yeah. It's all right. It's not my favorite, but I think I'm gonna do it. All right, and I'm gonna add like one of these. Maybe put a cute little red bow up here. That'd be kind of cute, right? A little present. Do I have another one? Oh, I have a green one. Well, green's gonna have to do. Right? How cute. And I love it. This guy down. Now, I feel like this probably could use a mat behind it, but I love it. I love how it just turned out really sweet. So it's ready for Christmas pictures and a little bit of a note from Annie for her Christmas list. And all wonderful things. I'm excited to see your sketch interpretation, and if you want to post that in the comments below. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.